Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of ChalkTalk. I'm your host, Colton Thomas. Week 6 is done. We're heading into the final week of the regular season. We'll recap all 4 games from this week, plus the UTFL standings and the prediction scorecards. We'll look at playoff outlooks, as well as matchups and predictions. Top plays involved as well. So, let's take a look. Game 1, Voodoos versus the Reapers.
There you go, Jason! Go, Jason, go!
And the battle of the defeateds is over. Voodoo gets the win 20-0 over the Reapers. Voodoo moving to 1-4 on the season. Reapers 0-5. Voodoo had 79 passing offensive yards with 1 passing touchdown, 90 on the ground with 1 rushing touchdown, caught 0 sacks, had 3 turnovers with 1 defensive touchdown. Reapers on the other side had 7 passing yards, 19 rushing yards, 1 sack caused, and 2 caused turnovers. Our next game on the list would be Ducks versus Space Force. This is 2 taking on 3. So, let's take a look. Ducks claiming the victory 14-8. It was a tight one. Ducks moved to 5-0 on the season. Space Force dropped down to 3-2 on the season. Ducks had 80 yards through the air with 2 passing touchdowns, 37 on the ground, 1 caused sack, and 3 caused turnovers. Space Force had 100 passing yards through the air with 0 touchdowns, 13 yards on the ground with 1 rushing touchdown, caused 1 sack, and caused 1 turnover. Our third game on the list is Sports Valley versus the Legends. Let's take a look. Legends getting the win 22-6 over Sports Rally. Legends moved to 3-2 on the season. Sports Rally, done on the regular season, is 3-3. We'll see how that affects playoff outlook. Legends had 204 yards through the air with 2 passing touchdowns, 37 on the ground with 1 rushing touchdown, 1 caused sack, and 4 caused turnovers. Sports Rally had 81 through the air with 1 passing touchdown, 5 yards on the ground, caused 2 sacks, and 3 turnovers. Our fourth and final game, Wolves versus the Outcasts. Let's take a look.
Go, Jerry, go! Yeah! Go, get the ball. Let's go! Get there, Bezos! Be disciplined, Bezos! Let's hold it! Hey, go! Hey! Why are you playing so far back?
Wolves sneak out the victory 15-6 over the Outcasts. Wolves move to 2-3 on the season. Outcasts move to 1-4. Wolves had 110 passing yards with 1 passing touchdown, 33 on the ground with 1 rushing touchdown, and 7.5 caused sacks. Outcasts had 153 through the air with 1 touchdown through the air, 25 on the ground, 0 caused sacks, 4 caused turnovers with 0 defensive touchdowns. Now that we reviewed all our games, let's go take a look at the UTFL standings after week 6. Ducks take back the number 1 spot because of point differential. Spartans drop down to 2. Space Force staying at 3. Legends dumped up to number 4 with the win. Sports Valley drops down to 5 with 3-3. They are done for the regular season again. Will not be playing this next week. Wolves are 6. Outcast still 7. Voodoo at 8. Reapers still at 9. After checking out the UTFL standings, let's go look at the playoff outlooks and see what this next week, final week of the regular season, can do for us. Ducks take back the number 1 spot. They will get the bye week as of right now. Legends will be playing Sports Valley. Spartans will be playing Outcast. Space Force will be playing the Wolves. And the Voodoo will be playing the Reapers in an exhibition game. Let's take a look at the highest and lowest positions the teams can rise to or fall to for the playoffs. Ducks and the Spartans both secure the 1 and 2 spot. One of them has to get the win. So Ducks can highest go as 1, but they can only drop down to 2. Spartans, same thing. They can go as high as 1, but drop only down to 2. Space Force can move up to 3 or fall down to 5. Legends can stay at 3 or 4. They can't move very far. Sports Rally can get the 5, stay at 5 actually, or they can drop down to 6. Wolves can jump up to 4th or hold the 6th seed. Outcasts can get the 7 or 8th. Voodoo 7 or 8th. And Reapers sadly can't go higher than 9. After the playoff outlooks, let's jump over to prediction scorecards with me, John Jadden, and Candy Reed. ChalkTalk getting 2 correct this week. John Jadden getting 3, and Candy Reed getting 3 as well. We all missed 1 game. Week scores, ChalkTalk was 57, John Jadden was 41, Candy Reed was 41, scored the best for this week. Overall, ChalkTalk at 19, John Jadden at 21, Candy Reed at 20. With our overall scores at ChalkTalk 352, John Jadden at 304, and Candy Reed at 333. Now that we're done with week 6, let's move ahead and jump to week 7. Matchups. Let's take a look. Spartans playing the Ducks 1 and 2 at 9 a.m. They are battling for the top spot in that game. Voodoo versus the Outcast, battling for 7th actually here. If the Voodoo gets the win, they will jump up to 7th and be in the playoffs. Whereas if the Outcasts lose, they will drop down to 8th and play in the exhibition game. And will be playing the Reapers. Reapers cannot move higher than 9. Reapers playing the Wolves at noon. Reapers hoping to get at least 1 win on the season. Wolves with a victory of 35 points or more and a loss from Space Force can jump the Wolves into 4th place. Also depending on how well Legends play, but that's just more hearsay. Legends playing Space Force, potentially 3 and 4 spot with some help from exhibition or other games out there. Space Force could drop further down and Legends should stay at 4, even with a loss. And that's at 1:30. Now that we know who's playing who, let's take a look at week 7 predictions with me, John Jadden, Candy Reed. Our first game, Spartans versus Ducks. ChalkTalk picking Ducks 14-12 in a close one. John Jadden not too far behind, 18-22, Ducks with the victory. And because I am filming this early, Candy Reed's going to get some absentee voting. So if you're watching Candy Reed, I will still accept your voting, your predictions. I'll just have to count them later because I had to do a rush this week. Our second game of the week, Voodoo versus Outcasts. ChalkTalk picking Voodoo to win this one 12-6 over the Outcast. John Jadden opposite, picking the Outcast to win 13-6. And Candy Reed, you've got absentee voting. I promise, I'll count them. Just post them in the Facebook page, before Saturday. Next up on our list, Reapers versus Wolves. ChalkTalk picking the Wolves to win this one 21-0. John Jadden agrees 26-0 Wolves. Candy Reed, absentee voting. The final and another great game for this week, Legends versus Space Force. ChalkTalk picking Space Force to win this one 18-12 over the Legends. John Jadden as well agrees 21-12 Space Force victory. Candy Reed, absentee voting. I promise I'll count them. I just have to film early and take care of things early this week because I'm heading out of town this weekend. Predictions are done. Regular season almost done. So let's take a look at top plays. And that does it for this week's episode of Chalk Talk. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. It all seemed kind of rushed this week. I'm trying to get things done before the end of the week because I'm heading out of town this weekend and I won't have time to film anytime after today or tonight. So, I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm Colton Thomas. I'll see you next week. Hopefully all this week goes down just fine. And we'll head into the playoffs.